Thanks, Gary. Well, tough day at the office, eh? I just want to thank people, everybody for coming. It was a bit disappointing today. I fought a guy. Everybody's seen like he's got immense power, and he caught me with a good shot. So, obviously very disappointed. We had a pretty good game plan going out there. Things, were going to plan to an extent, but, I guess you make one mistake and you pay the penalty. So, that's what happened tonight. And, unfortunately, you can't win them all, but, I'll definitely be back. I've, had a lot to fight for in this fight, as most people know. My mum's back home, my family's back home, and, I had great motivation, so I was a little bit extra disappointed there, but I will be back and I'll be training harder next time, and I'm not going to let this beat me. He definitely is a guy that's going to be tough to beat. I'm not sure there's too many guys out there that are going to give him too much of a run, so good luck to the guys that can. I'd love to get my opportunity again one day.
Daniel, you landed that punch right down the pipe. Have you ever had anybody come back instantaneously like that?
Can you repeat that louder so everybody can hear?
He landed the right hand right down the pipe. Has he ever had anyone come back as quickly as Golovkin did?
I've been boxing 24 years, so I probably would have had guys come back. With a counter punch probably as quickly, but he caught me. He caught me in the right place at the right time. The hands were down. I just caught him. I thought I was safe, but that's what happens in boxing. You call it, and you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Daniel, you didn't protest the stoppage. What was going through your mind when the referee waved it off?
I was so disappointed in myself. I thought I threw a good punch and I got caught, and I guess in that moment I was just completely disappointed in myself, and I wasn't thinking. I got up, and in the next minute I looked around, the referee waved it off. So I didn't really have much time to work out what was going on at that stage.
Were you still hurt and dazed at that moment? Was it the proper stoppage by the ref?
I don't know. Refs are there to do their job. I'm not a referee, so. He definitely caught me. I know that, but whether I could have gone on or not, that's hard to say. I would have liked to have, but I probably made the wrong decision, being so pissed off at myself about getting caught that it looked like that I wasn't right.
Daniel, you fought guys like Felix Sturm, you fought guys like Darren Barker. What makes Gennady Golovkin better than both those guys?
I guess Golovkin. He's probably had more experience than those guys, especially amateur experience. He's the type of guy that is pretty rounded. He's got good footwork. I think I said all this before. Like we knew what he was about. He's got good footwork. He's got great timing, which means he's going to have great power as well. He's got a good sense. Of his distance. He knows, where everybody is at any time. So, that makes it tricky. And, you make one mistake, which I did tonight, and you pay the price.
And I think what everybody here wants to know, after 24 years of boxing, is he the hardest puncher you tasted?
In my 24 years, is he the hardest puncher? He'd probably be up there for sure. I've been hit by a lot of people, so it's hard to remember every single one.
Were you taken aback by the level of power? Did it surprise you? Or was it what you expected?
Yeah, to be honest, it was what I expected. I was expecting power. I knew he's a strong guy. And he has good timing as well. Like I said, good timing, good footwork, and it means he's going to have, great amount of power. So, we were expecting that. I was a little bit disappointed. Got caught a couple of times in the back of the head, and that always rattles you a little bit. But he caught me with a good shot in the end, and that's what matters.
Daniel, do you think it's the footwork and the way he constantly cuts off the ring that sets everything up for him?
Yeah, not just that. I mean, he's got a good jab as well. He's got a good, hard, straight jab, and you know, he's able to keep people in exactly the right spot. He hits them with the jab, and you know, they don't know that the next big one's coming after that. So you know, he's got a rounded set of skills.
Daniel, you lost another fight against Golovkin. This fight many years ago had an effect tonight.
No, this fight had no effect on my mind whatsoever. I mean, yeah, the fight that we had, what was it, 12 years ago or 13 years ago, had no effect on this fight tonight. I mean, you know, we were completely different fighters back then. It was 2001. Yeah, I mean, we were both basically kids, so you know, we were pretty young at that stage. We both changed and improved in many ways since then, and you know, I knew what I had to do. You know, to be honest, I can barely remember the fight. You know, probably he's the same. He's had hundreds of fights, so you don't remember every single one.
Nick, you had to tell Golovkin's next opponent one thing. What would it be?
What to do?
What would it be?
I guess you just got to make sure you go out there with confidence. You know, the big thing. You know, I went out there with confidence, and you know, you do need confidence, but you need to have, I guess, a great footwork as well. You gotta back yourself up with that footwork and take it to him. You know, there were a couple of times when I did take it to him, and you know, I felt good, but I just sort of slipped a couple of times into, you know, falling into things that I shouldn't be doing. And unfortunately, you know, if you do that against a puncher, then you know, it's not going to be good.
At the end of the fight, you shaking your head to support the
Yeah, that's right. I was so disappointed, you know, being caught like that. You know, I'm stupid as well. Like I've been put down a couple of times in fights before, and it's just a stupid mistake where, you know, I was so disappointed with myself as I got up. You know, I was shaking my head, and then I looked at the referee and he's waved the fight off, and I thought at that stage, you know, I thought I could have went on. Don't get me wrong, he did catch me. I thought I could have went on and tried to, you know, finish the rest of the round, but and it just adds to the disappointment, I think.
The first round was apparently 4 minutes. Did you feel that in the fight?
Really?
Yeah, I did sense that it was a very long round. I think we got to the end of the first round, and I thought, geez, if we'd done 2 or 3 already, it was a very long first round, but you know, you got to be prepared for anything. Anything can happen out there, and you know, you can't be too worried about anything. You just got to adapt and yeah, try not to get hit.
You fell and tripped on a camera guy. Did you ever experienced that before in the ring?
That's the first time we've been tripped over by a cameraman. Yeah.
Tough day of it all.
It was a tough day. Yeah, and he hooked me as well. He hooked my foot around the around the strap. That's right. Yeah. So I mean, you know, you got to be prepared for anything, and sometimes, you know, you can't be prepared for those sort of things. But you know, you take it. You get up and you keep going.
He get cut. Cameraman.
What's that?
Yeah.
The cameraman. I cut him. I got one back, I guess.
When you were shaking your head trying to clear conflict, did you think that the referee was thinking that you were giving up at that point? Did you think you thought you were
No, I didn't think he. Like, to be honest, it was happening so quick. I just jumped up, and I was just, you know, really disappointed with what happened, being caught. Especially, you know, I felt as though that I caught him with the right hand as well, just before he caught me, and you know, I was disappointed. And I jumped up, and I sort of thought the referee was, you know, going to speak to me and ask me, but you know, the next thing I knew, the fight was finished. So it happens very quickly.
All right.